Alrighty, so I have finished up all of the brush painting for this particular blaster. You could do more. It's whatever you want for personal taste. This is how mine's going to look. It's not completely dry, so I'm not actually ready for the next stage, but the next stage is clear coating, which I'm going to cover while this is still drying. So clear coating is very important when painting a Nerf gun. If you're painting like a model or something, like a model airplane, clear coating isn't necessarily important because you might not be touching that. Even if you are handling that in a small room or something, that's one thing. But when you're playing with a Nerf gun, your hands are very hot, you're sweating, and all of that body temperature is coming straight out of your hands onto your gun. And heat will destroy your paint. It will break it down and make it run, mush, and just show through to the bare color of the actual Nerf gun, which is yellow or whatever. Clear coat is very different than paint, and I also apply it much differently than I apply paint. So the first stage is to pick your actual clear coat. This is a Krylon and this is a Rust-Oleum. I personally prefer this Rust-Oleum. I like matte. Matte versus gloss is going to be just personal opinion. This one's a gloss. Gloss is going to be shinier. It's going to look more like the natural plastic when you buy it, and it's going to be more like a toy, well, matte's still going to look like a toy because it's obviously a Nerf gun. But matte is going to look a little bit clearer, non-reflective, and that's just my personal taste, so that's what I like. You could buy the clear coat wherever you can buy paint pretty much. I buy mine at Home Depot or Lowe's or even Walmart. It'll be pretty rare that you actually find Krylon and Rust-Oleum in the same place. Usually each shop will pick one brand and have all Krylon spray paint or all Rust-Oleum. They are competitors, and each brand's going to have a gloss and a matte, so that's whatever. But I just prefer the Rust-Oleum. I like how it is applied. I just like this company more than Krylon. So I will be using this one for this Maverick. Okay, so the project has had an opportunity to dry. Now I'm going to spray on the clear coat. This is going to be 2 coats or 2 applications of very light spray. You do not apply this in the same density as normal spray paint. Same method and same distance. I usually give it a test shot. You want to be about this far away, and again, just clear strokes right across. As you can see, I went in from different angles to make sure I got it all, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to wait probably a minute or 2 and then give it a second little brush. You can see I was moving a lot faster across the piece, and that's to give it a lighter coat as opposed to slow to make sure it was covered completely. So it's had an opportunity to dry just a little bit. You can let it completely dry, but I don't really care to do that. Alrighty, so the clear coat has finished. I usually let the clear coat dry for at least 4 hours prior to actually reassembling or handling the blaster. It's very important that the clear coat not only dry to the touch, but pretty much cure, because when you're assembling the blaster, you're typically holding the blaster for a long period of time, and your heat from your hand, even if you're not running around or excreting excess heat, you're still generating heat and putting it out onto the shell. So you want that to be completely dried before you handle it to make sure you don't mess up the paint job at all. So now I'm going to reassemble and show you the finished product. So here's the Maverick, fully assembled and completely dry and ready to go. If you notice I have a towel down, that's a good idea when reassembling a freshly painted blaster or any painted blaster at all. Having it straight onto plastic is a good way to chip off some of the bottom paint. Even if it's protected with the clear coat. If you drop it on concrete, if you scratch it against other plastic like this table or some surface, it still can chip off very easily. So I recommend using a towel and not throwing it at stuff. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is pretty much a standard paint job for me. The colors are not my favorite, but I wanted to try them, and I'm glad I did because, you know, it looks pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of purple, but I know someone would like it. I'm actually selling this blaster in my web store along with many other blasters, modified and stock, so check out that web store and the link in the description box below. That concludes the painting tutorial. You're welcome to leave questions or comments below. Look in the description box before you ask any questions because there will be more information there if I missed anything in the video. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks for watching.